There is a mystery in the silent spaces between two souls, a magnetic current that flows unseen. When a man practices semen retention, something changes, not only within him, but in the atmosphere around him. His energy begins to whisper where his words once shouted. His presence lingers in rooms he has already left. And without a single touch, she begins to feel him in dreams she cannot explain. Before we dive into the secrets of semen retention power, make sure you subscribe now and join our Telegram family. The link's in the description. Don't miss the exclusive insights and daily motivation that will keep your energy, focus, and discipline unstoppable. Your success journey starts today. A man's seed is not only biological, it is vibrational. It carries his life force, his intention, his unspoken strength. When he learns to contain it, the energy begins to circulate through his body like an inner current of light. It rises through his spine, sharpens his eyes, steadies his mind, and softens his aura into a magnetic calm. Women feel this frequency instinctively, because it mirrors the creative pulse of nature itself. There is no need for charm or words when energy speaks. The man who retains his essence radiates a field of coherence, a signal that travels beyond sight and sound. Psychologists call it nonverbal influence. Mystics call it aura. Science describes it as electromagnetic communication between hearts and nervous systems. Whatever the name, the effect is undeniable. She feels him before he touches her. In a world overstimulated by superficiality, a man who carries depth becomes a rare phenomenon. Retention deepens him. It slows him down internally, allowing every glance, every movement, every silence to gain weight. Women sense this gravitation not through logic, but through intuition. It is an ancient recognition, a biological and spiritual knowing that whispers, "This man holds his power." When a man releases excessively, his energy dissipates outward, his presence becomes scattered, his gaze restless, his emotions unstable. But when he retains, his body recalibrates to stillness. His hormones balance, his dopamine stabilizes, his testosterone rises, the body begins to emit steadier bioelectric signals, and the nervous system resonates in harmony. This invisible harmony is what women unconsciously respond to. It is not lust, they sense it as life. Retention sharpens the masculine polarity. It restores the natural dance between the masculine and feminine, where attraction flows effortlessly. The man no longer seeks validation. He becomes validation. His energy tells the truth before his mouth does. She feels the difference in the way he stands, the way his silence feels alive, the way his eyes hold without hunger. This phenomenon is not mystical exaggeration. Studies in bioenergetics and social neuroscience show that humans communicate emotionally through electromagnetic fields generated by the heart and brain. When a man's energy is conserved and coherent, his heart's field becomes stronger and more rhythmic. The woman's nervous system, being more sensitive, attunes to it almost instantly. Her subconscious reads him like music long before her mind forms an opinion. Semen retention refines the frequency of attraction. It removes the noise of desperation and replaces it with resonance. Women are not drawn merely to looks or status, they are drawn to the quiet strength that signals safety and direction. Retention gives birth to that strength. It makes a man less reactive and more centered, and that grounded energy becomes intoxicating. Every thought, every emotion, every breath carries a subtle vibration. The man who retains becomes more aware of these subtleties. His emotions stabilize, his focus deepens, and his thoughts carry clarity. As he refines his inner world, the outer world responds. People feel at ease in his presence. Women feel drawn to it without understanding why. His energy has become a gentle gravitational pull. When a man releases carelessly, he loses not just physical vitality, but spiritual charge. His body goes into recovery, his vibration drops, and his magnetism fades temporarily. It is as if his light dims. But when he conserves his essence, the body hums with creative tension. This tension, when channeled properly, becomes charisma, the art of influence without effort. A retained man becomes a silent transmitter. His energy extends like invisible threads connecting him to others. When he thinks of someone, they feel it. When he enters a room, the atmosphere changes. This is not fantasy. It is the resonance of focused consciousness. Women often describe such men as mysterious, even hypnotic, though they can't explain what sets them apart. At the psychological level, semen retention transforms self-perception. The man begins to value himself more deeply because he is no longer enslaved by fleeting impulses. His self-esteem grows organically from discipline. This internal respect radiates outward, and women detect it in micro-expressions, in tone, in posture. Confidence born of mastery is different from confidence born of ego. It feels real. The female psyche is tuned to authenticity. When a man's energy is fractured, she senses dissonance. When his energy is whole, she feels safe, even in silence. Retention creates this coherence because it aligns the man's physical, emotional, and spiritual layers. He is no longer leaking energy through lustful thought or uncontrolled desire. He becomes a vessel of still strength. That stillness enters her subconscious like poetry. There are ancient accounts across cultures describing how women could sense the presence of sages and warriors from afar. These men practiced various forms of celibacy or sexual mastery, and their energy carried both peace and potency. It was said that animals grew calm around them, and people felt blessed in their presence. The same principle lives today, though forgotten under modern noise. When a woman dreams of a man she barely knows, it is often because his energy lingers in her subconscious. Retained energy leaves impressions beyond physical interaction. It travels through collective fields of thought and emotion, what some call the morphic field. The man who masters his energy becomes imprinted in the unseen dimensions of others' awareness. He becomes unforgettable without effort. This is not manipulation. It is magnetism born of purity. Retention purifies the intention behind attraction. The man no longer seeks to consume the feminine. He seeks to honor her. His desire transforms from hunger to reverence. And in that reverence, women feel both curiosity and safety. They dream of him not out of lust, but out of recognition, the soul's memory of true masculine essence. The psychology of attraction operates on levels deeper than words. Pheromones, hormones, microsignals, and energetic fields intertwine in a symphony of communication. Retention heightens every layer of that symphony. The man's body emits signals of vitality and fertility, while his calm mind signals control. This rare combination of raw power and restraint creates the paradox women cannot resist. Over time, retention rewires the brain's reward system. Pleasure is no longer dependent on stimulation. It arises from awareness itself. This shift makes a man more present, more attuned to subtleties. In presence, attraction becomes effortless. He looks at her not to take, but to see, and that gaze touches her soul. She begins to think of him even when he is gone, because her psyche remembers the feeling of being seen. In many spiritual traditions, it is said that energy follows attention. When a man's attention is no longer scattered across endless desires, it condenses into focus. That focus acts like a beam of light, cutting through distractions and illuminating purpose. This same focus penetrates the feminine psyche not through words, but through energetic intent. She feels chosen even without touch. The energetic attraction that emerges from retention transcends time and distance. Women report sensing such men in their dreams, or feeling inexplicable comfort in their memory. It is the subtle tether of vibrational communication, an ancient dance of polarities reawakened in the modern world. The man may not realize it, but his disciplined presence travels farther than his body ever could. As retention continues, the man's creative and emotional intelligence expands. His heart opens as his desire refines. He becomes simultaneously grounded and elevate a paradox of strength and gentleness. This duality mirrors the balance nature seeks, and women instinctively align with it. They feel the safety to be soft, intuitive, and receptive around him. That is the essence of attraction. Energetic balance. There is beauty in the silence between two beings who share energy without words. When a man's energy field is pure and stable, it becomes a safe container for the feminine. She relaxes into that container, even from afar. Her dreams become vivid, her emotions stirred, her intuition heightened. It is as though the retained man's energy plants a seed in her subconscious garden. Every relationship, physical or not, begins as an energetic bond. The mind follows where energy flows. When a man's energy is disciplined, it becomes directional. It moves with intention. That intention touches her mind subtly, forming a psychic connection that feels fated. She may not understand why she thinks of him, but her spirit recognizes the resonance of a man in alignment. Psychologically, this dynamic is powerful because it bypasses logic. Retained energy communicates on frequencies below conscious awareness. The female brain, wired for emotional intuition, receives those frequencies as feelings of comfort, fascination, or curiosity. She dreams because her subconscious is processing the vibrational signature of his presence. Retention also alters body language in profound ways. The man's movements become slower, more deliberate. His voice deepens naturally. His gaze carries warmth without neediness. The subtleties of his behavior broadcast signals of stability and power, and women's limbic systems respond instinctively. Attraction, at its core, is energetic trust, and retention cultivates that trust. In this state, touch becomes secondary. The connection happens before skin meets skin. It is felt in glances, in silences, in shared breath. The woman senses that his energy could touch her soul without needing her body. That is the essence of true masculine presence to awaken the feminine without taking from her. It is an art of invisible intimacy. Energetic attraction is not fantasy, it is ancient biology, dressed in spirituality. Every cell emits light, every heart emits rhythm. When a man's internal rhythm stabilizes through retention, his body becomes a tuning fork of life. Others unconsciously tune to that vibration. Women, being naturally receptive, harmonize faster. It feels to them like safety, familiarity, even destiny. The deeper he goes into retention, the more luminous his consciousness becomes. Old patterns of lust fade, compassion takes root. He sees beauty without possession, desire without depletion. His energy rises, his intuition sharpens, and his interactions gain depth. Women who cross paths with such men often find themselves remembering him in ways they can't rationalize. There is an emotional poetry in the bond between retained man and receptive woman. She becomes the mirror in which his energy reflects. Her dreams, her emotions, her intuition all become expressions of that unseen conversation. This exchange is not about ownership, it is about resonance. Two energies, harmonizing without words, creating music in silence. Retention cultivates mystery, and mystery feeds attraction. When a man no longer chases, his absence becomes presence. She wonders, she imagines, she dreams. Her subconscious fills the spaces he leaves with its own yearning. In a world where most men beg for attention, the retained man's restraint becomes irresistible. His energy whispers where others shout. At the core of this phenomenon lies balance. Retention must not harden a man into repression. It must soften him into awareness. True power is calm, not cold. The energy he holds must circulate, not stagnate. When retained energy moves through the heart, it becomes love instead of lust. That love is what she feels in her dreams, the warmth without touch. The man walking this path begins to notice synchronicities. Women appear with familiarity in their eyes, as though they have met him in another realm. Conversations flow effortlessly, moments align serendipitously. The energy he has cultivated reshapes the fabric of his reality. What once seemed coincidence becomes correspondence between vibration and manifestation. Psychologically, this transformation reshapes his identity. He no longer defines himself by conquest or validation. His masculinity becomes quiet, rooted in self-possession. This rootedness makes women feel grounded around him. They can rest in his presence because he is not seeking from them. He is sharing with them. The exchange becomes sacred rather than transactional. There is an invisible elegance in a man who holds his energy. He moves differently through life, each action infused with purpose. His boundaries strengthen, his empathy deepens, and his aura brightens. The world begins to mirror his internal order. Women feel this order as stability, the very quality that awakens their feminine surrender. As his energy refines, so does his perception of connection. He begins to understand that attraction is not about pursuit but polarity. The feminine draws near, not through force, but through resonance. His silence becomes magnetic because it vibrates with integrity. She dreams about him not because of his words, but because of his frequency. In the realm of energy, touch is optional. Souls communicate in silence, and dreams become the meeting ground. The man who retains his seed lives in both worlds, the visible and the unseen. His thoughts, intentions, and emotions project subtle waves that touch others without contact. He becomes both presence and echo, both cause and memory. There is sacred responsibility in this power. The retained man must wield it with humility. To hold energy is to hold influence. Used with ego, it manipulates. Used with love, it heals. The highest form of attraction is not seduction, it is elevation. When his energy uplifts her spirit, she dreams not of possession but of peace. In every era, there were men who mastered this: arch warriors, monks, poets, and mystics. Their influence transcended the physical, reaching hearts across distance and time. The same potential sleeps in every man who chooses discipline over desire. Retention awakens that dormant divinity, turning raw biology into refined magnetism. As his journey deepens, he realizes that true connection begins within. The woman dreams of him because he has become whole. His completeness reflects what her soul seeks to remember. In that reflection, the attraction becomes remembrance, the return of harmony between masculine and feminine energies, long separated by chaos. Ultimately, semen retention is not about control, it is about communion. It is about aligning the mind, heart, and body into one coherent vibration. When that coherence is achieved, the world responds. Women dream, hearts open, synchronicities unfold. Without touching, he connects. Without speaking, he communicates. Without chasing, he attracts. And in that silent bond between energies, love transcends form. The woman dreams because his presence speaks the language of eternity. His retained essence has become a beacon in the unseen, a melody that only souls can hear. She feels him not as desire, but as destiny, a connection beyond time, beyond touch. Listen up. Your assignment before you leave. Like, subscribe, and go. I need to know your location comments section is mandatory. Our next video builds on this, so subscribe right now and turn on notifications. Join Telegram channel. The link is waiting in the description. Share this video and let's spread this power. Go be a force today. For in the end, semen retention is the art of becoming unforgettable. It is the discipline of embodying presence so complete that it lingers in the hearts of others, like perfume in the air. She dreams of him not because he sought her, but because he became the vibration she could not forget. That is the true power of masculine energy, contained, refined, and divine. And so, without touching, he becomes the touch. Without words, he becomes the whisper. Without pursuit, he becomes the dream. She feels him not in body, but in being. That is the eternal dance of retention, the silent romance between energy and consciousness, where even distance becomes devotion and presence becomes paradise.